This is the best Zapiekanka in Poland. So good. You have to try this.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back, subscribers and new guests to the 5 Stars channel. Like I promised you guys, we are currently heading out for our second Zapiekanka menu in Sosnowiec. I gotta say, yesterday we tested the Zapiekanka at that place called Zapiekanka. It wasn't bad, but honestly, it was nothing special, you know? Just kind of an okay vibe, not gonna lie. On Google Maps, it had a solid 4.5 rating. But today, guys, we are heading to a spot literally called Benny Bageta Zapiekanki in Sosnowiec. And for real, this place has a massive 4.9 rating on Google Maps, which is absolutely insane. I'm not testing it alone today either. I've got a helper with me, so I'm going to be trying the large classic one, while my helper, let's just call him Lux, Assistant Lux, he's going to be taste testing the one with salami, guys, a huge salami Zapiekanka. As you can see, we are literally flying down the road to get to this spot right now. And on the way, just to not waste any time, I decided to record this quick little intro for you. As soon as we pull up to the location, I'll show you exactly what the name looks like on Google Maps, and of course, I'll give you the exact address so you can check the vibe out for yourselves. Добре. Poproszę o jeden klasyk plus salami, czy salami to na włoska.
Alright guys, as you could probably see from my little hidden gadget, this guy is just absolutely phenomenal. For real, he makes these Zapiekankas with so much passion, it's almost like they're his own kids. Honestly, I don't even know how else to explain the whole vibe here. The bun is so perfectly crispy on the top, but incredibly soft on the inside. I literally just grabbed it with my fingers and it just sinks right in, you know? It's crazy. I'll show you guys the exact address in just a little bit. I grabbed this whole set of sauces. I asked them to hook me up with the garlic one, then there's a basil sauce, Thousand Island, and of course some ketchup. I asked him what brand the ketchup was and he just went, "Sorry man, I can't tell you that, but I guarantee you this ketchup is strictly top shelf." Like Polish people love to say, you know? Straight from the top shelf, no cap. So look guys, I gotta say, let's not wait around anymore. For our boy Lux, I grabbed the one with salami. It's a classic option. They literally call it the Classic Plus Zapiekanka. And you get to pick one extra topping, whatever fits your vibe. We went with salami and that garlic sauce. Alright, that's it. We are not dragging this out any longer. Because honestly, this thing has to be so ridiculously delicious that my mouth is literally watering like crazy right now. And it is massive too, guys. Huge. Literally as big as my entire arm. You see this? Look at it. It's the size of a whole arm. Let's just bite right into this masterpiece. Keep your fingers crossed for these Zapiekankas, guys. Oh yeah, this is exactly it. Just look at this thing. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I can actually see what I'm showing you guys on camera. Look at how perfectly baked it is right here, guys. It's absolutely gorgeous, for real. I gotta say, that garlic sauce, it is so incredibly soft and gently garlicky. It doesn't have that aggressive garlic punch that just knocks you out, you know? And the cheese pull is literally insane. Like you probably saw when I was standing there recording with my little hidden gadget, you can totally tell that this guy is the actual owner of the Zapiekanka joint. You can clearly see that he genuinely loves what he does, for real. Honestly, he layers those mushrooms in such an incredibly perfectly even way. He takes this neat little spoon and carefully smooths everything out to perfection. You literally just take a bite and you instantly feel like there's plenty of topping on it. A whole vibe. There's actually a ton of it, guys. It's so delicious, so tender, and got that solid mushroom flavor going on. This right here is exactly what a true Polish Zapiekanka should be. I gotta say, this is easily the most delicious Zapiekanka in the world that I have ever eaten. Honest to God. I've eaten quite a few Zapiekankas in Poland so far, but this one is literally the absolute tastiest. The cheese he uses is top tier. It has this gentle, pleasant cheesy aroma without any sharp, overwhelming hits, and it stretches so incredibly well. Honestly, it kinda reminds me of mozzarella cheese. But I'm not 100% sure if it actually is mozzarella, because mozzarella is usually way saltier, you know? And it usually gives you a much stronger, punchier cheese hit. So what's up, Lux? How are you liking yours? Lux says it's genuinely really good. He's just nodding his head because he's getting camera shy. He says he doesn't want to talk on camera, guys.
So how's that salami working out for you? Is it good?
He says it's totally fine. Guys, I gotta say, this thing is an absolute bomb, for real. Now we've got the basil sauce coming in. I know not everyone out there is a fan of basil, you know it's a specific flavor, but I personally love basil, honestly. Actually, there are very few things out there that I don't like. I eat like 99% of foods, guys, no joke. It's honestly hard for me to even name something that doesn't taste good to me. I've eaten snails, I've eaten frogs, literally everything. I've tried it all. All sorts of crazy Asian dishes. Cockroaches, non-cockroaches, grasshoppers, I've even tasted spiders, you know? But damn, look at this, guys. His basil sauce right here is just absolutely phenomenal. It's a whole vibe. I'm pretty sure this guy makes all these sauces completely from scratch by himself. I highly doubt he just buys them pre-made. That would be crazy. I have literally never had sauces like this anywhere else before, for real. They are extra tender and smooth. There is a very slight sourness to it, but it's super minimal, you know? Just a tiny bit of tanginess purely for the flavor profile. This is just phenomenal, guys. I honestly never could have expected that a basic, classic Zapiekanka would make my taste buds explode like this. It's insane. Everything here is just perfectly balanced. Compared to the one we had yesterday, it is literally night and day, I gotta say. It's an absolute blast off into space. Honestly, if the owner of yesterday's Zapiekanka joint ever sees this video, he seriously needs to send his employees over to this guy for an internship right now. This is just so awesome, guys, for real. It is so unbelievably tasty that I honestly don't even want to say anything else to you right now. I just want to keep eating it, and eating it non-stop. The roasting level on this bun is absolutely flawless. Literally perfect. Alright, so on the bottom we've got this perfectly brown crust. Hold up, let me show you guys one more time. You should be able to see it clearly. A beautifully gentle golden brown crust. The sides are just lightly touched by the heat, barely toasted. And on top, this cheese right here. I gotta say, it melted exactly the way it's supposed to. It bubbled up so nicely, and the cheese pull on this thing is literally insane. Honestly, if you guys remember the Zapiekanka we had yesterday, the mushroom filling there, you know, that girl didn't even try and just slapped it on however. A little more here, a little less there. It was totally killing the vibe. In one spot, there was literally this huge clump of filling. But here, for real, this guy puts his whole heart into it. You can genuinely see he's having a blast doing this. Guys, he was giving me my change back with tweezers, just so you understand the level we're at. Not only is he fully geared up in gloves, but he was handing me coins, literally pennies, with actual kitchen tweezers. First of all, he's wearing a proper chef's jacket, like a legit professional kitchen coat. Second of all, he's got a towel draped over him, exactly how a real chef should have it. You can clearly see that this man is a true professional in his craft and that he absolutely loves making these zapiekankas. As for the address of this spot, honestly, you're gonna have to drive a little bit out of your way. We drove roughly 12 kilometers to get here, and it took us about 14 minutes in total. But to be fair, we were driving all the way from Benzin to get to this spot. From the very center of Sosnowiec though, right from where we had that Zapiekanka yesterday, it's probably only going to be about 6 or 7 kilometers. I'll give you guys the exact address in just a second, because while this thing is still hot, you know, I really just want to eat. I'm going to devour this basil section right now and stay quiet, and I'll drop some more commentary in a bit. Up next, we've got the Thousand Island sauce section, and then right at the very end, we hit the classic part. And of course, we are definitely trying that top shelf ketchup together. So Max, what's the verdict? How is it? He says it's spicy. The sausage is spicy. Our boy Lux is saying the sausage has a bit of a kick to it. I actually asked the guy to make sure it wasn't spicy, but honestly, it's so minimal. I can't even sit here and tell you it's actually spicy. It's just this tiny little tingling sensation on the very edges of your tongue. It's not like my mouth is literally on fire from one bite, you know? It's minimally spicy, but still an incredibly delicious zapiekanka. I told you guys this thing was going to be absolutely fire. Do you want to try a bite of just the plain one? No toppings? There's a latte right over there in the thermos. If you need something to wash it down, that's your favorite coffee right there. Alright my sweeties, I am officially approaching the Thousand Island sauce territory. It's this amazing sauce with sweet paprika, and I absolutely love it, for real. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite sauces. I always grab Thousand Island whenever I get French hot dogs, no exceptions. Let's give this sauce a taste test first. Alright guys, honestly, every single sauce I've tried here today, I gotta say this. I have no idea if these are mass-produced factory sauces, but they are absolutely incredible. Even if they are factory made. For real, they kind of taste like they were handmade from scratch. It's a crazy vibe. There is no way I could ever say this tastes like some cheap bottled sauce. Obviously, our master chef here keeps all these sauces in standard plastic squeeze bottles, and he drizzles them on because that's literally just the most convenient way to sauce up a zapiekanka. But I'm telling you, this is the absolute highest tier of sauce quality you can possibly get. The flavors are so delicate and perfectly balanced, just a little bit of acidity and a little bit of sweetness. I gotta say, the dominant flavor right here is definitely the sweet paprika, and it hits just right. You can actually taste these tiny little pieces of onion in it because, you know, you definitely need that sweet white onion in there for the balance. And I can clearly see a bunch of spices mixed in too. Literally so much green stuff going on and little chunks of paprika floating around in the sauce. Honestly, even if this sauce isn't completely homemade from scratch, it is still unbelievably delicious. Like, genuinely incredibly tasty for real. And look, I'm already eating my way to the very end of this massive thing, and it's still totally warm. It holds its temperature so perfectly. It is so good, guys. I honestly don't even have the words right now. I literally want to swallow this zapiekanka whole along with my own tongue. That's how crazy good it is, I gotta say. It's just so delicious, and the whole flavor profile is so perfectly balanced. And the bun, it's still super fresh. The edges and the crust are wonderfully crispy, toasted to absolute perfection. But the inside, it is just so ridiculously soft. I don't exactly know how to show this to you guys through the camera, but just look closely. Look at how incredibly soft this bread is. I'm literally just squeezing it so gently with my fingers right now, and it compresses so easily. It's like a cloud. This is pure excellence, guys, a total vibe. It's an absolute masterpiece of flavor. You guys literally have to come down here to visit this guy, to this Benny Bageta spot, and try these zapiekankas for yourselves, because they genuinely deserve all the hype. The address, guys, in case you want to visit, Kozielińska 1D, Sosnowiec. This specific neighborhood is called Hutnik. Damn, guys, I'm finally approaching the ketchup zone. Let's dive right into this ketchup. Oh wow, this ketchup is an absolute bomb, guys. Very, very good. You know, in our last Zapiekanka review episode, I was telling you guys how much I love Heinz ketchup. And honestly, this one right here really reminds me of Heinz. It has that same perfect balance, that incredibly rich thickness. It's not overly sour at all, and it's perfectly sweet. You know how some ketchups out there can be way too sharp and sour? The one we had yesterday was exactly like that, just a harsh, sour hit. But here, the sourness and the sweetness are balanced absolutely perfectly in this ketchup. Plus, you can feel these really light, pleasant notes of various spices hitting your palate, guys. It is an incredibly tasty ketchup, like seriously delicious. Just look at it, it's so dense and thick. It literally doesn't slide off this bun at all. It doesn't run, it's not watery in the slightest. It's got this super intense, rich red, tomatoey color. Such high quality ketchup. Alright, let's take a massive bite with the ketchup. Oh yeah, this is the classic. This is the real, authentic, classic vibe. This right here is exactly what a traditional Zapiekanka is supposed to look and taste like, guys. What's up, a little bit too spicy for you? Well, I guess the chef must have mixed up the sausage on yours. You can't eat anymore? What are you gonna do now? Just wash it down with some of your coffee, you'll be fine. Yeah guys, this is an absolute bomb. And our boy Luxic over here, even though we got hit with the spicy sausage, and he literally hates anything spicy, he is still scarfing it down like there's no tomorrow. That's how delicious this Zapiekanka is to him. He's literally devouring it. Alright guys, we are slowly gonna wrap up this taste test of our Benny Bageta Zapiekanka. It is a superb Zapiekanka, for real. Out of all the Zapiekankas I have ever eaten in my entire life, this one is probably the absolute best, hands down. And it's the best because this man makes it with pure heart and soul, guys. Luxic and I are definitely going to come back here again. From us to this establishment, we are officially giving it 5 stars plus Lux. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're introducing a brand new rating metric today, guys. If something is so unbelievably delicious that it's actually better than just 5 stars, we are going to give it this special Lux rating. Over here in Poland, people love to say things are luksusowo, but we are going to shorten it to just Lux. And you know what? Maybe in the future, guys, we might even design and create a little physical statuette that we can hand out to these amazing restaurants. And it'll be our Lux Award, which these spots can proudly display right on their bar counter. So anytime people walk in, they will instantly know that the spot was officially tested by the 5 Stars channel and earned the elite Luksusowo seal of approval. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I will see you guys very soon in the next one. There are still quite a few really solid spots left here in Sosnowiec that we are definitely going to visit together, for real. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Drop a comment down below and let me know what city you're watching from and what your absolute favorite food spot is, whether it's a fancy restaurant, a late night kebab joint, or literally anything else. We will absolutely make a trip out there to visit your spot and test it out for ourselves. We're actually going to compile a massive list straight from your comments, and we'll go on this huge foodie road trip all across Poland, hitting up all your favorite spots. We're going to be trying and reviewing all your favorite foods. Bye bye for now, guys. Today's final verdict is 5 stars plus Lux. Oh wait, hold up, that is not all. As you guys probably know, lately I've been really into recording these little postscript updates at the end of the videos. So, since Luxic literally couldn't finish his Zapiekanka, guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and try to finish it off for him right now. And I gotta say, it is completely cold at this point, because we were driving back home from the spot for like a solid 15 minutes. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take a bite of it completely cold. You remember yesterday when I was finishing that other one, the bun got so incredibly rock hard at the end, it completely killed the vibe. Alright, let's give this one a taste. And honestly, it changes absolutely nothing. If the bun is actually baked fresh, whether it's cold or piping hot, it still stays unbelievably fresh and soft, guys. It honestly goes down so smoothly, even when it's completely cold. I honestly don't even know what else to add to describe how good this is. Let me bring it a little closer to the camera so you can actually see what this sausage looks like. Here is that spicy salami right here. But you know, it's very gently spicy. Obviously, for a kid, it was way too hot to handle. But to me, it's not even really spicy, it just leaves this tiny little hint of bitterness right on the edges of your tongue. Anyone who loves eating spicy food knows exactly what I'm talking about. When the spice level is super low, it honestly registers more like a slight bitterness on the taste receptors of your tongue rather than actual heat. There is literally no burning inside your mouth at all, none of that. It doesn't scorch your throat. It just leaves this very mild, pleasant bitterness lingering in your mouth. And the salami itself, guys, the salami is also super delicious. Genuinely incredibly tasty. Every single element on these Zapiekankas just plays its part perfectly. The bun is laid out perfectly, it's got this ideal medium thickness. It's not some ridiculously paper-thin layer. There's actually a lot of it on there. Just look at this. There is a very solid, generous layer of those mushrooms. They spread those mushrooms out in a perfectly thick, proper layer. The filling is super juicy, and that's exactly what adds that much-needed moisture to the entire dish. And because of all that, guys, it creates this perfect harmony of flavors that literally makes you want to jump for joy. You're basically swallowing your tongue. It's that good. You guys absolutely have to take a trip down there. There is a really convenient parking lot right next to it, and inside the joint, you can actually sit down on these nice bar stools. They set up these really cool windowsill seating areas right by the window, complete with a little bar counter and stools. The head chef there is an incredibly nice guy. The head chef. The Zapiekanka master? Honestly, I don't even know what the official title for that profession is. Let's just go with head chef, right? Because this man is literally wearing a full chef's coat, so he clearly takes this business extremely seriously. You can instantly tell that this place is his pride and joy. He treats his business like his own baby, pampering it as much as he possibly can. With every single Zapiekanka he serves, you can clearly see that preparing this food brings him the absolute maximum amount of joy. The master chef is a Polish local, so this is a 100% traditional Polish dish. The Zapiekanka is basically our traditional, iconic Polish fast food, plain and simple. That is literally it. I have nothing else to add. Luksusowo, guys. Bye bye everybody, take care.